So as you already know, yesterday I went to this Pride parade, and it was really fun. It was a really nice day overall. The parade took a little bit over 2.5 hours, so it was quite a long walk, but it was absolutely worth it. And Drew was happy and cheering all the way, and no problem at all. I was a little bit worried because she don't like to sit still for that long, but yesterday it worked really fine. And I have a sign saying "Proud Mum" on it. And as I told you, talked about yesterday, or the day before yesterday actually, uh, it is so important to remember what Pride is all about and for whom Pride is. That it is a political activism, but it's not just about having fun and getting noticed and dressing up and be covered in rainbows and unicorns and stuff like that. It's that forum this organization has chosen to work in, to show love and show all those happy parts and positive things around the organization. But the political message is it's not a joke. It's not something to laugh about. It's something I feel that if you're not 100% behind it, you do not belong in the Pride parade or Pride activism at all. And also, if you, like me, isn't really part of the community, I don't want to label my sexuality in that way, but I do not feel that I classified in any of the groups that are involved in this Pride movement. I don't feel like I belong as a person in that, because it's nothing I identify with in that way. I don't identify as anything really when it comes to my sexuality, and so therefore I'm there as a supporter, as this proud mom to a transgender child. And to me it's important to really show that I'm the mom and I'm proud, and that is my role in this, and I support my child, and I support this movement, and I support this political movement that's behind this. And that was something I got so much positive feedback about just today. It was so many people. I was standing on the side for a while and waiting for my friend who came later in this parade, and because we started at different points and didn't find each other, and it was so many people, not extremely much, but 9,000 people. So, but still 9,000 people. It's quite hard to find one person in that crowd. So I was standing there with my sign, and people was sharing me, and a lot of people take my pictures, and was really happy and got so much positive feedback about this. And also people from the crowd mentioning this, that it's so important that you show who you are and what you want and what your role in this is. And there's then lots of parents attend the parades but don't say that they are parents. And as a parent and as a part of this parade and for the crew, they feel that it's so important that people show all the different roles, but this is not but you have the support from your family, and that is something I and Ro could show. She had this little sign saying "Proud Sister," but she lost it quite early on in the parade because she's waving everywhere. She was more interested in balloons. It's really important things right now when you are just 2 years old. So it was really fun to be part of it, and it was really memorable in many ways. And also something I thought about when I was standing there was that because almost everybody was really happy and cheerful, and everything was so much positivity from the society. All public buildings has rainbow flags and things covered, and people are standing in the windows when we walked out and parade and throwing confetti on us and blowing soup bubbles, and things like that. It was really, you know, wonderful atmosphere even when it's raining quite a lot. And but at one point, it was this person who was topless, as as a statement simply, and it was somebody who called this person a whore, and that person was really upset, was angry. But there was a girl who was walking with this person who was, you know, sad about it and started to cry. And I saw her later on, and she was still really upset. And a friend followed her home because she wasn't making wall parade, because this accident, it took so much from energy from her, and she was so really upset and sad. And typically enough, it was a young person in the middle teen, I would say. And it's a vulnerable age, and it's also a situation where you are very vulnerable when you are undressed and expose yourself. And, you know, maybe to some young teens it could be the first time you are out in the gay community and show up that you are belonging there and standing up for yourself. And when somebody says something like that, it's you're in an extremely vulnerable position. But it also makes me so sad, because that is what she gonna remember from this parade. She won't remember the love of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. She will remember this person, this single person hurting her. And that is something else I think about, as I talked a lot about this guy I've been talking to a lot, and talking about him a lot before, but that's the same thing that I've been trying to tell him sometimes, because we talked a lot, like over the last 3.5 years. If we've gone to long periods where we haven't talked, but when we talked for several hours, often the same day. So if you split it, we could say, like, even if we split it with the days I haven't talked, it would be an average of maybe 2 hours a day for 3.5 years we've been talking. And when he's angry or so, the only thing he can remember is that I'm stupid, I'm mean, and bad things. And it's like, you don't spend that much time with somebody just bad. You spend so much time with somebody because it's nice, because you get something out of it. But it's often like that when we have an argument with a person, that we don't remember all the good moment, all the good stuff. We just remember that tiny little bit it wasn't good. And it get out of proportion. It doesn't have proportion between good and bad moments. It's kind of sad. It's not just him who do it. A lot of people do this, but he's extreme when it comes to this. And it makes me so sad, because I think it's important to remember the good moments and to naturally learn from bad moments. And like this girl will probably learn something about how human beings can behave, but also how she can react and find a way to not get so touched by the comments and so on. But we need to learn how to embrace the good things, how to put things in proportion and see that, okay, I was hurt in this moment, but I was hurt for 2 minutes, but I had a blast for 4 hours. What's important? The 2 minutes or the 4 hours? And the same thing with life overall. We are so extremely good at just seeing the negative in things. If we oversleep in the morning and miss the bus, and or have a fight with our boss, and a favorite show on TV is cancelled because we're going to show some sport instead,